So you all excited?
Yeah!
How excited are you?
So excited!
We're going to see Puff Puffs.
Yay!
Hey, mate, you can't wait. Welcome back to another Fat Boys Junction video, and this is all about a fabulous day we had at the Great Central Railway and their Railways at Work event. Held over 2 days on the 10th and the 11th of August 2024, the volunteers at the Great Central Railway really do put on a fabulous event for all the family. This year's event was set in the year 1966, which was a time of change for the railways, but most importantly, and very much on show today, all about the World Cup where England actually won something. We were extremely impressed by the huge effort that must have been put in by what is obviously a very dedicated team of volunteers. Everyone was dressed up in clothing relative to the period, and we received these wonderful papers, a timetable and other magazines for us to read during the day. The GCR is a unique double-track railway, so we were treated to a mixture of steam and diesel engines, both pulling passenger trains and goods trains. A unique experience where you could be on a train and watch another one go past in the opposite direction. An experience you don't get on other heritage railways. There was something different going on at every station along the line. Here at Quorn and Woodhouse we were eager to have a look at all the exhibits. All relative to the period, including these wonderful gentlemen who posed with the girls, and the vehicles were just stunning. So well preserved, gleaming in what was a very nice day, I have to say. All the staff clearly enjoying themselves and more than happy to answer all the girls' questions about the various vehicles, which pleased me obviously that they would take an active interest. I mean, look at this. What a beautiful Anglia. Superb, and this Jaguar police car. They were just wonderful. Now, my dad actually had one of these, a Ford Corsair. I remember it well. We spent quite a bit of time here looking at all the wonderful exhibits, the trucks, the cars and the various railway-linked vehicles, all beautifully restored like this Consul and this Minor. What a couple of lovely cars they were. All the engines were being started up like this truck, and the air was full of petrol, diesel and in this case a coal-fire burning steamroller which is based here at Quorn and Woodhouse. A truly wonderful atmospheric smell everywhere and not an electric vehicle to be seen. There were locomotives coming at me from all directions. It was just wonderful. With this 101 DMU and a Class 08 on shunting duties, I made it 10 locomotives in all operating on the day. It was just brilliant. We got off the DMU at Rothley, just taking a bit of time to bid farewell to it. With more exhibits on show, Rothley is another beautiful station. I was particularly interested to see this signal box that works all the semaphore signals and the points via the old levers and chains system. We were, however, looking forward to the garden railway that we'd all read about.
And the view of the snow garden.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Zullen we even iets lekkers halen, Job, in het winkeltje hier?
Ja. Mama wil kiezen.
On another comfortable ride in the coach behind the Class 20, we arrived at Leicester North, which is the end of the line on the Great Central Railway. It was time for a spot of lunch, and the kids were really impressed with the station master. And again, I was blown away by how beautiful this station looked. They really have spent a lot of time doing some lovely planting, mowing lawns, etc. Here, another hard-working volunteer was showing us the British Rail parcels delivery as I wandered round this truly wonderful-looking small little station. A real credit to all the team that worked so hard on it. I really did enjoy it here, even though weren't a great deal going on. However, the grandchildren were interested in the exhibits, weighing in their bags, and making sure they caught up on all the local railway news, which is of course important.
I'm sure I can fight Jack. Okay. Right? If you want to start putting rags in them and lighting them, you've got to start worrying.
Slightly different build.
Go back on the roof, go up the wall.
As we pulled into Rothley, or Rothley as I was corrected by a 60s young lady dressed in lovely white tights, I took another look at this wonderful signal box. Arriving back at Loughborough, unfortunately we were greeted with this rather sad sight. The kids were wondering who had died. I had to console them for about half an hour afterwards. On reflection, it probably was a mistake to say it was my mother-in-law. However, I did eventually get out of the doghouse and was looking forward to going to the sheds. And with my family finally talking to me again, they came along and we really did enjoy this part of the trip. Very, very interesting indeed. I was particularly looking forward to seeing one of my favourite diesel locomotives, but we didn't realise that what was waiting for us in the sheds was a really impressive surprise. A steam engine I had no idea was here. Anyway, before then, we looked at all these lovely locomotives, both diesel and steam, sitting in head shunts or in the sidings. And they are lovely. All of them really well preserved, some under repair, but ones like this 9F, all ready to go. Though this was supposed to be in BR green, and I know I'm colourblind, but I don't think that's BR green. But what a locomotive. However, if I'm really honest, this is what I came to see. 55019, Royal Highland Fusilier. What a wonderful diesel this is. I'm a member of the DPS, so I'm particularly interested in all Deltics. Wonderful. She wasn't running, but I was still a happy bunny. So here she is, 55019. Beautiful. Look at this. Looking magnificent. Absolutely glorious. It's 31. 50. That's what I've come to have a look at. 55019. Glorious. To quote Arnie, I'll be back. I intend to turn up on the 24th and 25th, hopefully, to see her running. Sadly not alive at this moment in time. What you call some valve gear. It's not until you actually get close and personal to these wonderfully restored locomotives that you understand why people romanticise about them and reminisce about the bygone years of steam locomotives. I fully understand why volunteers are passionate about it. Built the year I was born, 1956. I have to admit that I wish I lived closer, because without any doubt whatsoever I would become a volunteer here myself. I don't know if it's an age thing, but I am without any doubt getting more passionate about it myself. For now, I'll have to make do with just modelling them. I said we'd get a better look at 6990, the Hall class, so here it is. We now got a stroke of luck. As we were touring the depot looking at all the lovely locomotives on show, we saw that there was a shed tour about to start, and we asked if we could join it, and gladly they said yes. One of the best decisions I've ever made, because within the shed, gleaming, was Tornado. The A1s were originally built between 1948 and 49, but all of them sadly have been scrapped. But here in front of my disbelieving eyes was 60163, a peppercorn class A1 specific Tornado, lovingly built by the A1 Steam Locomotive Trust, completely from scratch. Unbelievable. It is the first mainline steam locomotive to have been built in the UK since 1961. Now fitted with additional water capacity and the latest railway safety electronics, she's been beautifully hand painted again and restored, and is now ready once again for mainline service. What an achievement this is. Magnificent. Though somewhat distracted, we carried on with the tour, and we started talking about this gentleman's passion, the locomotive Boscastle. I found it mind-boggling to discover what is required to get these locomotives fully restored and back out in service. Bottom line, it's all about money, getting in the donations and having the volunteers to be able to do the work. And believe me, there's some skills involved here, I can tell you. Well, a few quid later, we got out of the shed and we looked once again at these lovely, beautiful wagons that were on show that had been lovingly restored for us to feast our eyes on. We had come up all the way from Southend-on-Sea in Essex to see this event, and we were not disappointed. They really had put on a great show for us today. If you ever get a chance to see it next year, I thoroughly recommend you go. We just had time to have a look at this beautifully restored Class 37. Sadly, it was time to go and Grandad was gasping for a dark ale. I hope you enjoyed this look at the Great Central Railway. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I'll leave you with this Class 45 diesel to enjoy as it pulls away with some freight. You thought it was all over. Come on, England.
Come on, England!